My name is Sharkari, and I'm a cheetah. I've been aware of what I am as far as I can remember, though I never referred to myself as a cheetah until I found the community a little over a year ago, which may be partly due to the massive amounts of anxiety I experience. Cheetahs make me feel as if I'm not alone. I've done a lot of research and found that many of my stranger behaviors and ways of thinking line up with them. I knew I was a larger cat, but I purr, so that eliminates most large cats. Phantom limbs helped too. I often have phantom ears, which are small and rounded, and a long thin tail, and I experience a short muzzle and fur, most strongly my mane. Another reason I do think that I'm a cheetah is that ever since I was young, I've always drawn myself as a cheetah or cheetah-like creature. About the time I was 10, I was encouraged to start drawing humanoid forms, so I started drawing anthro creatures. My self-image is anthro, which has caused me confusion as I thought that might be my true self. While it is the form I'd prefer, it's not what I am. I personally think that at least part of my identity may be the result of the various mental disorders I have. I've told a few people. No one has really had a problem with it, and most are supportive or indifferent. I've had a few people who thought it was weird when I told them, which is pretty understandable. My name is Gypsy, and I'm a Bengal tiger and griffin Otherkin. I awoke to what I was when I was 25 when I first joined my online coven whose priest is a kitsune. Being the ever-vigilant student, I began to do research online and was directed to several groups on Facebook where I could ask questions and learn from others who believed and lived this life. At first I was just curious, but after meeting my now husband, I began to realize I may be more than what I thought. So I did some deep meditation where I asked if I was kin. I got a resounding yes back from within. A few days later, I had a dream with every kind of wildcat, but I knew one type was missing, and when I looked in a pool of water, I saw a tiger staring back, and I knew it was me. Years earlier, I dreamed about being a red griffin that went into a medieval-style battle. It wasn't until after realizing I was kin that I made the connection that I was also a griffin. My first phantom shift as a tiger was startling at first, causing me to shake and cry a little. But I learned from those I had befriended in the community and my husband and adjusted. So when I then phantom shifted into a griffin, it wasn't as bad. I just had to adjust to the feeling of wings. So far, I'm only out online in the Otherkin community and to my husband. The only problems I run into being Otherkin is that as a tiger, I can be overly aggressive or anger quickly if I feel threatened or challenged. As a griffin, I'm much more calm and much slower to anger, but I'm very proud and don't take being offended lightly. As a Wiccan, I believe in reincarnation, and I believe that, before being human, I was a griffin and then a tiger in some of my past lives. I remember very few details from those lives, but I'm also very spiritual and enjoy learning and sharing that with others. My name is Lori, and I have medium plurality, meaning that I don't believe myself to be a wolf, but I carry the souls of two wolves within me. My two wolves are Kira and Black. Kira is a small, shy, white female wolf, and Black is a larger, more dominant black male. I kinda see them as my yin and yang. I awakened about 2 years ago, although once I discovered the truth, I realized that the wolves have been with me my entire life, and a lot of things from my past started to make sense. I can phantom shift with ears, tail, and the occasional paw, but I don't feel as though they are mine, but belong to one of the wolves. I'm only out to groups on Facebook, and I discussed it once with my boyfriend, who's a scientist, so if he can't see it, he doesn't believe it, so we just never discuss it. I actually had a Reiki master mention my wolves, that she could sense them, even though I'd never told her about them. She told me the wolf is her spirit animal, so is attuned to them. It kind of felt good to be reassured that I'm not totally nuts. Maybe just social nuts. My name is Rune, and I'm a Tibetan mastiff. I've always been like this, but I found out what it was when I was about 21 or 22. My brother was the one who told me about therianthropy. He was the one who told me what I was. Just sort of brought it up casually in a conversation one day. Funny thing was, I wasn't the least bit shocked. I never am with him. When he explained it to me, it all just sort of made sense. At first I thought it was just the dog, but then I realized it was more than one. I'm not really sure what my other kin is. She's some sort of fae. I refer to her as a hobbit or halfling because that is what she most reminds me of. I've also told my husband and the one other mate I have had. I feel it's important that my mates know what I am and what to expect when I shift, because I have a tendency to shift during more intimate moments. I tried telling my older sister when I first found out, but she thought I was crazy. I have talked to my parents about it, but I always phrase it more like it's a spirit animal because I know they would think me crazy if I told them the truth. Other than my sister thinking I'm crazy and my husband thinking I'm a little odd, I have had very little issues. I would be lying if I said I had never shifted at an inopportune time, but it has never caused me any real trouble. Sure, my husband has had to pull me away from a few near fistfights because I lost control of my anger and shifted, but no one realized what had happened. My friends all know I have a tendency to lose it if pushed too far. I'm sure it comes as no shock that I'm pagan. I feel like most of us are. I feel like it's just easier this way. If you already believe in magic, if you already follow the old ways, it makes it a lot easier to see something like this in yourself and truly embrace it.
Hello, my name is Phasma, and I am a snow leopard. From an early age, I had an affinity towards animals. When I was younger, I wanted to study all animals and would watch animal documentaries as much as I could. I wanted to be a zoologist and work in zoos and do field studies. My main focus was on predatory mammals and birds. So from that desire, I felt I could feel the essence of the animals in me, and I had their instincts. When I first discovered my stereotype, it was by accident. I felt a deep connection to a creature I called a snow leopard, but I did not know such a creature existed and thought I had made it up. I could feel that it was a part of myself, and then one day as I was watching animal documentaries on the Discovery Channel, I saw they were airing a documentary on snow leopards, and at that moment, my connection to what I would come to understand as therianthropy deepened with it. I am out to a few close people, my sister and fiancé mainly. My sister I came out to when she was having problems with coming to terms with her own awakening, and she's very grateful for my assistance. As for my fiancé, we met on a Therian Facebook page, and that made things a lot easier to get to know her and not have to cross the bridge for someone who has no idea of the community. The only problem I really have is I do at times want to react to situations as a big cat would. I'm a very private person, and it makes it hard to come out to people because I do not want their misunderstandings and judgments to clog my own energies. I am a Wiccan priest, and my kin is very much a part of my path. My path is about unifying me as a whole, and to subjugate my kin would be to deny a part of myself does not exist.